Ladies and gentlemen, he corrected me earlier this evening, so I will call him up by his real name, Jeffrey Gray.
Strong. Finally got a crowd in here. Yeah. Kind of figured everybody, first of all, showed up on the same short bus, but everybody's here. Great. 20 minutes ago, we had more people in here than the graduating class of Johnson County in the last 10 years. Not many people. We got so few people in here. I can't even do my first joke because this first row is empty. So now I must progress to the second row. So, a lot of people are really scared to sit in the front row, obviously. They feel like the comic is going to make fun of them, maybe. So when people do sit in the front row, they're very brave. Unlike the people tonight, very scared. So the second row gets to talk to me. Second row, what's your name?
B.
B. Okay. What do you do for a living, B?
I watch people sleep.
I do too, but they don't know it. So you're not a meteorologist. No? I really would have helped leading into my next joke. You kind of ruined it for me. Way to consider everybody else when coming to the comedy show. I appreciate that, thanks. You pretty much ruined the rest of my set. Let's try this again. Third row. What do you do for a living?
Meteorologist.
Third row, over here. You, the one not wanting to talk.
I'm a newscaster.
A meteorologist, maybe? We'll say yes. So I think the easiest job in the world would be to be a weatherman in a snow globe. The forecast is pretty dismal, though. We're like, for a look at the weather, let's take a look at the 5-day forecast with our weatherman. Paul? No surprises here. Chance of snow all week. Assuming we have our pre-blizzard earthquakes. Flooding continues through all of the viewing area. But you gotta think though, that in real life though, the easiest job must be to be a weatherman. Because you watch the news, you see the same weatherman over the years. They never get fired. It's like, what if I did my job predicting things wrong half the time? I think we'll sell 30,000 units this week. If I sold 3, I wouldn't be hanging around too long. But you gotta think, even newscasters, all they have to do is read. There's a teleprompter, and they just gotta read. You never hear a newscaster get fired? They're around forever. Like, what happened? He got fired. He's a newscaster. How did he get fired? Right in the middle of 11 o'clock news. Bam! Illiteracy. and weathermen, they don't even need to read. They just need to know numbers. And the weather in North Carolina has been so weird lately. You gotta figure, they'd probably be better off using the Powerball lottery machine to predict the weather. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. This week's highs, 13. 75. 62. 1. Friday Powerball, 103. The weather's been really weird this year, this week even. Like we had 30 degrees last couple days ago, remember? We had storms. I was driving down the road, and I have my radio pretty loud anyway, but there's nothing worse than when the National Weather Service decides to tell me something. It's like they reach into my radio, turn up the volume a little bit more, and it sounds like a modem from 1994 that's pissed off at me. Asshole! This is a message from the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service has issued tornado warnings for 100 counties in North Carolina. Every single county in North Carolina on Tuesday had a tornado warning. 100 counties. I thought to myself, 100? I didn't know North Carolina had that many trailer parks. It's been done, but I'd like to reuse it. But I heard them say, find shelter in a bathroom, away from windows. If you need to cover yourself up with a blanket to stay away from the breaking glass. And I heard this, if you live in a mobile home, go outside and find a deep trench. I heard that. And I'm thinking to myself, if a hole in the ground is safer than your home, get a new real estate agent. I see a lot of these. I see a lot of these walk for the cures, like walk for the cure for obesity. Oh, damn, I messed that up already. Let's move forward. So childhood obesity is a big problem now. Everybody's talking about the kids are getting overweight. The kids are getting fatter. Child obesity, they're going to grow up and have heart problems. If you ask me, I think the whole problem is just overweighted. I can have one. You know what's really weird? Deja vu. Deja vu is when you feel like you've been somewhere, been in a situation before, but you can't pinpoint it. You're like, is it a dream? Was this a premonition? Have I been here before? And when we experience deja vu, we all say the same thing. Whoa. Deja vu. I feel like I've done this. When I experience deja vu, I feel like I've been sent back in time to this exact moment. And I have to change one thing to save the world. I don't know if that's the case. So far, so good. My car is a POS, and I've been thinking about getting a new car. By new car, I can't afford a new car, so I'm going to get a used car. They're not called used cars anymore. That's not what they call them. They call them pre-owns. So I'm thinking about getting a pre-owned car from a pre-owned superstore. So I take a test ride with the guy, and he's like, what's it going to take to get you in this car today? And I'm like, this financial situation's a little iffy. Hand him a ski mask and say, let's go. And I realized that as a child, you're more like an indentured servant to your parents. Like, parents are like, hey, do all my work for me. Here's chores. So I used to mow the lawn for like $5. It's a lot of work in the summer for $5. That's like $2 after taxes. So I'm thinking about, I can't wait till I have kids so I can put the chores on them. But I don't want to wait. I'm impatient. I think I'll just go to an orphanage and adopt. It's not an orphanage anymore. It's a pre-owned superstore. You know what's really weird? Deja vu. Bye, guys.